Welcome to @Cronkite News, your social sharing connection where you choose the news. Facebook likes and shares, tweets, retweets, and favorites. YouTube views and subscriptions. We're watching you, watch us. From our digital home at cronkitenews.azpbs.org to your television, web browser, or mobile device. Let's get a refresh on the top Arizona news of the week.
Higher school grades may be related to how involved parents are at their child's school. The Center for Public Education found 2/3 of teachers surveyed want to see more parent participation. Jesse Canales tells us what parent involvement in education means and what the impact could be.
Parents I spoke with say once they got involved in your child's school, it created a community feeling. They say their kids appreciated that and it made them more excited to learn. Learning starts in the classroom, but it does not need to end there. Some teachers say learning at home is just as important as learning in school.
Parent involvement is the #1 way to move your students' achievement.
A form of parent involvement is reading with your children, attending school events, or helping them with homework. Anna Dodge, a mother of 6 children, says she saw a huge improvement from one of her son's grades once she became involved.
He went from basically C's to A's and B's.
Dodge says what motivates her to get involved is the lack of involvement from her parents.
I think had they been, it really would have changed the way I was in school. I wasn't the best student, and I want my children to be what I wasn't.
But some parents say getting other parents to attend school events is more complicated than expected.
The other night where they were teaching the parents how to help your child with homework, and there was 28 families that showed up out of 796 students that we have total. I was disappointed there.
Parent involvement is also important in checking that homework is done and turned in. Dodge says parents shouldn't learn about those zeros just when the report card comes out.
I check their grades 2 to 3 times a week. If they have missing assignments, I print them out, the list, I make them take it to their teacher, get those missing assignments, have their teacher sign off that they brought that to them, and bring it back to me.
If you don't have time to talk with teachers, you can use several free apps like Parent Student Portal, available for Apple iOS and Android, which can help parents see what tests are coming up, how their kids are doing, and if they truly did their homework. The teachers also said with more parent involvement, do not only expect higher student grades, but higher school letter grades as well. In the broadcast center, Jessica Canales, Cronkite News.
This may come as a surprise to some, but a recent study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says middle-aged parents are more likely to smoke marijuana than their teenage children. Cronkite News reporter Danielle Kernkamp paid a visit to a local dispensary to find out why.
The most recent data shows that marijuana use in teens has declined significantly to around 7% since 2002. That's compared to the usage in adults under 55, which has surged.
Being in the Marine Corps, being a combat veteran, I lost 20 friends in Afghanistan.
Victor Contreras has been out of the war since 2010. Since then, he's struggled every day with PTSD.
Just a horrible thing. There's really just no end to it.
Post-traumatic stress disorder affects 11 to 30% of veterans. Gina Berman, the medical director of Giving Tree Wellness Center in Phoenix, says medical marijuana can help.
It's been very helpful for patients, especially going through chemotherapy or have had a traumatic event in their life, that it's now an option for them.
According to the Arizona Department of Health Services, there are nearly 100,000 qualifying patients in the state. Less than 1% of these patients are under 18. Victor falls in the 18 to 30 category, which makes up 24%. The managing director of the dispensary, Lila Power, says she talks to moms in an effort to get rid of the stigma surrounding cannabis.
They have pain and they haven't been functioning, or they want to relax at night and breathe, or they want that energy kick. And people use it for so many different things, and it's been amazing.
And when it comes to Victor's 4-year-old son,
I really don't hide it from my son at all. If he asks questions, I tell him exactly what it is. If once he gets older, if he's of age, then he can do it.
chronic pain is the leading medical condition with Arizona cardholders at 81%. The second largest is post-traumatic stress disorder with 1%. In the broadcast center, Danielle Kernkamp, Cronkite News.
Golf legend Arnold Palmer died yesterday at the age of 87 following a 52-year career of success on and off the green. In Arizona, Palmer's company designed 5 golf courses, 3 in the Valley, 1 in Yuma, and 1 in Tucson. Reporter Christina Vicario visited 2 of those courses as the Valley golf pros remember the man nicknamed the King.
Arnold Palmer may be gone, but his impact on golf around the world and here in Phoenix endures. 3 of his 62 career PGA Tour wins came here in Phoenix. In fact, he is the only golfer to win 3 straight Phoenix Opens from 1961 to 1963.
I think he's left an imprint on every golfer's life. You know, anybody that's a golfer knows who Arnold Palmer is.
Not only did Arnold Palmer leave his lasting legacy in the golf world, but he also left a legacy here in Arizona with the golf courses he designed.
When you have a Palmer signature golf course, people flock to that golf course. And it's got his touches on it, and everybody respects his touch. The legacy he leaves behind, all the golf courses, just the way he interacted with people, is huge, and I know he touched everybody in Arizona.
The Palmer signature course at the JW Marriott Wildfire Golf Club in North Phoenix is one of 5 courses in the state Arnold Palmer's company designed. According to Barden, Palmer tailored his courses here to how he liked to hit the ball.
Arnold Palmer played a specific shot. He played a right to left draw. His holes bend right to left, and that was, you know, he liked to hit a draw, so he designed his golf course to what he liked to hit.
His architecture, if you come out and play the Wildfire Palmer course, it's really amazing. It will really give you an aspect of what desert golf is, and in a unique way that only Palmer could do.
Flags at Starfire, another of Palmer's Arizona courses, were flying at half-mast Monday in memory of one of the greatest golfers to ever play the game. In Phoenix, I'm Christina Vicario, Cronkite News.
The Phoenix Rescue Mission has invested its time in cookies to help the homeless population. Cronkite News reporter Alicia Gonzalez tells us how.
Once I got past the smell of cookies baking in the oven, I was able to learn just how important those cookies can be to the families who came to the Phoenix Rescue Mission for help.
My mom was doing bad, like she got into the habit, like she got addicted to drugs, and then she came here to get me back, and then when she got me back, then she worked in the kitchen for a little bit, and then they hired her to catering.
Mason Rader has been living at the Phoenix Rescue Mission's Changing Lives Center for the past 2 years after being reunited with his mom. His mom is now the manager of Mission Possible Catering, which is the second of the 2 businesses created by the nonprofit.
This program has changed my life completely. I mean, 100%. I am a completely different person, I think, than when I walked through the doors. I mean, I feel that I have hope for my future. I have hope for my son that I can go out and do and become a part of society and be able to make my way with me and my child.
Like other women at the center, Rader is a part-time employee who is getting training that will make the transition back into society much smoother.
We don't want our graduates to graduate our program and then go flip burgers, because that's not a sustainable wage. And many of the women here have children, and they really can't support their families on a minimum wage job. So we're teaching them to go in at more of a manager level at a restaurant.
Kathy Coca, executive project manager at the Phoenix Rescue Mission, says they are one of the few providing solutions to our valley's growing homeless population.
I've never worked in a kitchen before I came here, ever. And now I'm like running this catering thing, and we have girls that are clients that come into, catering, and we rotate them out of the kitchen. So I'm constantly training new girls.
The program usually takes about a year and graduates about 50 women each year. Phoenix Rescue Mission is in the process of developing a 3rd business right now, which will extend their options to breakfast and lunch. In the Broadcast Center, Alicia Gonzalez, Cronkite News.
Native Americans will likely be watching the debate tonight along with the rest of the nation, but tribal leaders who met in Washington today say they will be looking for a continuation of the Obama administration's relationship with the tribes. Cronkite News reporter Ali Bice has the story from our Washington bureau.
Today was the final White House Tribal Nations Conference. Tribal leaders gathered to give their thanks to the Obama administration's efforts to improve tribal nation and government relations. Tribal leaders today gave President Barack Obama high marks for reaching out to Native nations during his administration, which started the White House Tribal Nations Conference 8 years ago. The president told tribal leaders that much has been accomplished in those 8 years, but much remains to be done.
I believe that, yes, our progress depends in part on who sits in the Oval Office and whether they're setting the right priorities. But lasting progress depends on all of us, not just who the president is.
But leaders of the Navajo Nation said they are concerned about the next president and whether he or she will continue the Obama administration's policies.
A candidate that doesn't really quite understand what government to government means and what nation to nation means, because we were here way before the U.S. was ever established, and that needs to be clearly understood by both candidates.
Begay said tribal leaders will be looking to tonight's presidential debate for clues.
And we want to see if if one of them really understand clearly what it means, government to government and nation to nation, trust, responsibility, and treaty obligations.
But some at least already know who they're voting for.
And so I'm looking forward to a Clinton administration, if I can say that, because I think Hillary will continue the momentum that President Obama has done for Indian country.
In Washington, Allie Bice, Cronkite News.
A controversial project that has been in progress for the past 20 years is hitting stride, but not without some resistance from the public. David Caltabiano joins us live in Scottsdale with a closer look at the debate. David?
Yeah, I'm at the McDowell-Sonoran Preserve in North Scottsdale, one of Arizona's largest preserves, and right in this location is where the Desert Discovery Center is supposed to be built, which has prompted one man to take action.
The thing magical about it is the scenery.
Howard Myers has enjoyed the McDowell-Sonoran Preserve for decades.
I've been hiking here for 20 years, which was before the city even started buying land.
With that land, the city plans to build the Desert Discovery Center.
Preserve is the attraction. That's what brings people here, and putting a building in it will only degrade it, not enhance it.
The preserve is located in North Scottsdale off Thompson Peak Parkway. Right now, the plans are to put the Discovery Center next to the Gateway Trail, the most popular one in the preserve. Myers started a petition to demand residents be allowed to vote on any project on the preserve. The petition brought protesters to City Hall for the meeting on the issue.
We demand that you pull the plug on this project till legal opinion and the charter can be modified to explicitly guarantee our right to vote over this project.
But plenty of project supporters also showed up at the city council meeting.
That my great-grandchildren have the same appreciation for the preserve and for the desert that I grew up with. I think the DDC is a great way to move that forward.
The room was packed as the audience waited to hear the council's decision.
This petition has nothing to do with the DDC. I believe its intention is to create obstacles for the DDC.
That motion passes 4-3.
The council voted not to act on the petition. With the denial of a public vote, Scottsdale City Council is expected to move forward with the planning of the Desert Discovery Center. Yeah, and even though the petition was struck down by the Scottsdale City Council, Myers said he will still fight the DDC, either with legal challenge or referendum. Live in Scottsdale, David Caltabiano, Cronkite News.
The Mill Avenue Bridge was shut down briefly today as protesters made their way from Tempe to Phoenix and back again. Jarrett Maupin led the protest, angry after the death of a 19-year-old man at the hands of Tempe police. Cronkite News reporter Alicia Gonzalez was at the protest.
The organizer, Jarrett Maupin, was arrested. I was there when police told him to clear the streets. He refused, and he and 2 others were taken into custody.
Reverend Jarrett Maupin was arrested this morning after leading the protest to block the Mill Ave Bridge. Maupin announced his plan to shut down the bridge last week in protest of recent black shootings by police, specifically for 19-year-old Dalvin Hollins, who was allegedly shot in the back by a Tempe police officer.
Racist police department that has a terrible track record, not only of killing black people, but of harassing them day in and day out on the streets of this city. Come on, let's go get back on the mark.
3 people were arrested on site. This protester was also taken into custody.
All of us must protest on a daily manner because standing in opposition against this system is what is necessary in order to change a system that's designed to kill us.
Hollins' biological father was arrested too, and his stepfather said he wants answers.
We got to go to bed and wonder what really happened. And it should not be. Every other parent get to see their child and put them to the ground, and they know why they're in bed. We don't know.
Hollins' grandmother fell and had to be carried the rest of the way. Tempe Police Chief Sylvia Moore tweeted, "Tempe police officers engaged to provide safety for protesters. Great training leads to safe and respectful arrests when needed.
Tempe police did not issue a statement after the protest, but released information through Twitter. Maupin and several protesters said they would escalate their actions until Tempe police responded to their concerns. In the broadcast center, Alicia Gonzalez, Cronkite News.
Native Americans have been fighting to control their own future after centuries of forced education. Cronkite News' Claire Caulfield was at the White House for the signing of a historic agreement that helps many Navajo students achieve that dream.
This signing ceremony with the U.S. Departments of Education and Interior ensures the Navajo Nation, for the first time, will be in charge of most of their schools in Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah.
You're not dealing with the complexities of 3 different states and 3 different sets of rules as you take on how to instill a great education in your children who will be sitting in your chairs in the future.
All 66 schools funded by the Bureau of Indian Education will now be able to establish a single system of standards, assessments, and accountability.
We've been wanting to do this for quite a number of years because we have the capacity to become a state-level education system, and that is our goal, to be able to move forward, and this will help us move even more further ahead in making that happen.
Navajo leaders say the agreement allows the schools to focus on their language, culture, and traditions. They say this helps make amends for the years when students were punished for speaking Navajo.
When I went to school, we were prohibited from speaking our language. They brought different types of punishment: squirting soap in your mouth, hitting your palms, standing against a wall for an hour or more. Our children will not have to go through that.
The White House also announced $25 million to support Native youth and educators. Northern Arizona University and the University of Arizona will receive almost $400,000 to support Native students in professional development. The Gila River and Quechan Indian communities will receive over $1 million to support their Native youth. In Washington, D.C., Claire Caulfield, Cronkite News.
Some Valley companies are using refugee programs to help fill a skilled labor shortage. Cronkite News reporter Jesse Canales found out how one refugee is helping to supply the Valley with electricity.
Imad Efran left his home country of Iraq with his wife, seeking a better life in the United States through the International Rescue Program.
There's a lot of terrorism there, the war. I can't live there.
Efran was an electrician in Iraq for 8 years, but when he arrived in Phoenix, he almost ended up with a new career.
Housekeeping at hotels, but 2 days or 3 later, they give me this job through the agency, IRC.
That job was an electrician at Austin Electric Services. Troy Barbush is the program's director of training and development. The program teaches people how to become an electrician through 2 phases.
We've partnered up with the Home Builders Association. We've utilized a lot of the refugee agencies here in the Valley, and we've also partnered up with the DOC.
There are currently 38 people in the program and 8 graduates. Trainees learn in the field. They can also become a supervisor through the program, which is what Afram is doing, and instruct other trainees. The program was originally meant for millennials, but supervisors say they weren't that eager for the job.
This is a lot of hard work. This is hard work, good money. The younger generation just doesn't want to work as hard.
That is where willing workers like Afram, who also had the experience, come in and fill those much needed positions. In Phoenix, Jesse Canales, Cronkite News.
A series of early morning thefts has residents in a Tempe neighborhood taking security into their own hands. Reporter Joey Carrera is caught on camera learning about an app used to connect communities and keep them safe.
The Optimist Park neighborhood off Baseline on the 101 has residents from nearly every generation. And when the quiet community started having troubles, they turned to technology to try and keep safe.
A neighbor approached me and told me that his garage had been broken into. He knew that I had cameras on my house, and he asked if I could look to see if there was any evidence.
Gary and Sue Rossworm have cameras that cover virtually every angle of their home.
At one point, we noticed this white truck with a large trailer go around the block several times. We noticed he was shining flashlights, a powerful flashlight, into yards.
The footage quality wasn't good enough to make out a license plate number, but it gave police an idea of whom to look for.
Our officers that are responding will look for anything that could help us solve the crime, which could include camera systems.
Knowing that thieves may be lurking in their neighborhood, residents took action and downloaded a social networking application designed for communities called Nextdoor.
We have 74 in our quadrant of this neighborhood who have joined it. We're looking out for each other and posting anything suspicious.
Tempe police say security precautions are an excellent way to safeguard your home, but they remind everyone to exercise caution when it comes to criminals.
If they feel like there's a danger in there, we want them to call us. We want them to reach out to us.
The culprits have not been caught. The Rossworms are upgrading their security system to send a strong message. The Nextdoor app has other uses too. You can post a party, find a babysitter, or make a friend. It's available for download in the Google Play and the App Stores. In Tempe, Joey Carrera, Cronkite News.
Lutherie describes the art of lute making and is the predecessor to guitars. Cronkite News reporter Natalie Tarangoli visited a trade school in Phoenix that is giving people an opportunity to fulfill their guitar making dreams.
Just decades and decades and decades of knowledge to tap into.
James Choi heard about the Roberto Venn School of Lutherie in Phoenix about 10 years ago. After 4 career changes, he moved to Phoenix from New Jersey to fulfill his dream.
Looking into jumping to another company or doing something else, and came across an old student from here. Put in my application, they accepted me, and so I'm out here now.
Assistant Director Barton Applewhite was a student at Roberto Venn 26 years ago. He said about 80 to 90% of the school's students come from out of state or even overseas.
I think the saying is we've had students from every continent except for Antarctica.
Roberto Venn has been an accredited trade school since 1975. About 40 students at a time are enrolled and are taught how to make guitars.
Our graduates who pay their dues and put the time in are usually able to go out and kind of make a life for themselves where they don't want to leave work on Friday and can't wait to get back to work on Monday.
Students spend at least 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, crafting their guitars. Tuition runs about $14,000, including instrument material and tools. Students at the Roberto Venn School of Lutherie have been working on their guitars since August 22nd. As you can see here, they're still fairly in the beginning stages. They're not quite at the halfway point, but after this 5-month program, they'll have completed 1 acoustic guitar and 1 electric guitar.
What it means for our graduates is that they can kind of live the dream, do something they want to do. A lot of them eventually want to, be entrepreneurs, have their own businesses.
In Phoenix, Natalie Tarangoli, Cronkite News.
This is a box that showed you a world beyond your own. It was just a box, but the world has changed, and so have we. And now the box can be almost any size or shape. And you decide what you want to explore. Anytime, any place. Break out of the box with PBS.
Now, here's an @Cronkite News Pick of the Week, a favorite from the Cronkite News staff.
Also at the White House, synchronized diving silver medalist Sam Dorman. That visit is part of a whirlwind for the Valley native since returning from Rio.
Last week, he paid a visit to his high school in Tempe. Reporter Christina Vicario was at Dorman's alma mater's homecoming pep rally.
25-year-old Olympic diver Sam Dorman brought his silver medal in men's synchronized diving to the pep rally of his alma mater, Marcos de Niza High School in Tempe Friday, but wasn't expecting what was waiting for him.
I didn't know what I was getting into. I knew the pep rallies were insane, just like they were back in the day, but I didn't expect it to be like this. I mean, to come back and see them chant my name, I never thought that would be happening.
Dorman is now a role model not only for the students at his high school, but also for the city.
He knew what his goals were. He knew that he had to have that rigor and that grit in his life, and he brought it back, and he's a great representative. That's exactly what I would want for our role models here at Marcos.
Just to have someone from Marcos go and do something crazy in the Olympics and win a silver medal, like just representing Tempe, Arizona in a worldwide event, that was awesome.
While Dorman's Olympic final came during school hours, that didn't stop students here at Marcos Tenisa High School from watching their alumnus. Teachers paused their school schedules for the day to let their students watch the event live in their classrooms.
My honors physics teacher used to coach Sam here. She used to be his diving coach. So she shut down all of her classes so we could watch Sam dive, and it was so fun.
A little bit emotional when they were chanting. When they played the Star Spangled Banner, I got a little bit teary. So yeah, it was fun. It was exciting, and I was proud.
I won't forget this. I won't ever forget this. It's amazing.
In Tempe, I'm Christina Vicario, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News tracks your likes, tweets, and shares from all our social sites to bring you this news special at Cronkite News, our weekly refresh. Join the conversation so you choose the news. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org for top Arizona stories anytime.
Your favorite PBS shows, ready to watch when you are. Anytime, any place. Find more ways to explore than ever before.